July 2026 will be a month of strength, awareness, and important life decisions for Aries. You are a fire sign, meaning you're accustomed to acting quickly, boldly, and confidently. It's important for you to see your goal and pursue it without hesitation. But July will not only bring new opportunities for forward movement, but also force you to reflect on where you're directing your energy. The month's numerology also speaks of serious processes. July is the 7th month of the year. The number 7 is associated with wisdom, inner search, intuition, and understanding of hidden processes. The year 2026 itself adds up to the number 1. This is the number of new cycles, leadership, independence, and the beginning of a new stage. And if you add the energies of the month and the year together, you get the number 8. The number 8 symbolizes power, money, achievements, karmic lessons, and the ability to receive well-deserved results for your actions. Therefore, July will be an unusual combination of two energies for Aries. On the one hand, you'll want to pause and deeply understand your true desires. On the other hand, life will push you to take action, make important decisions, and achieve ambitious goals. This month can reveal how well you're using your power and whether you're ready to take responsibility for the next stage of your life. One of the first significant events of July will be Mars's transition into Gemini on July 2nd. This is a particularly important moment for you because Mars is your ruler. When the ruler of a sign changes position, the energy begins to feel completely different. Mars in Gemini makes you more agile, sociable, and inquisitive. You will feel a desire to learn new things, meet interesting people, discuss ideas, make plans, and seek out innovative solutions. Many Aries will feel like they are starting to think more quickly and are finding answers to questions that previously seemed difficult. However, the risk of scattering your thoughts increases. In July, you will want to pursue several areas simultaneously. There will be a multitude of tasks, conversations, trips, and information. It is important to stay focused. Otherwise, energy may be wasted on trivial matters instead of truly important goals. On July 7th, Neptune turns retrograde in your sign. This event deserves special attention. Neptune is associated with dreams, inspiration, illusions, and spiritual development. When it turns retrograde, people begin to see things they previously chose to ignore. For many Aries, a period of epiphany will come. You may suddenly realize that some plans no longer inspire you. Or you may realize that certain relationships were based on expectations rather than reality. Sometimes such moments can be disappointing. But in reality, it's a release from something that's no longer part of your path. At mid-month, the universe will gently nudge you toward self-honesty. Don't cling to old patterns just because you once invested so much effort into them. Sometimes true victory lies not in continuing the struggle, but in choosing a new direction. On July 9th, Venus enters Virgo. This energy affects everyday life, work, and habits. Aries will feel a desire to put their affairs in order. There will be a desire to improve work processes, focus on their health, revise their daily routine, or get rid of unnecessary things. In relationships, Venus in Virgo helps you see love through caring and real actions. If you previously expected intense emotions and loud declarations of love, now you will begin to value stability, reliability, and attention to detail more. For single Aries, this period may bring connections through work, education, or everyday activities. Moreover, the relationship may begin quite calmly, without intense passions, but have good potential for development. On July 14th, we will see the new moon in Cancer. This is a very important point of the month. For Aries, the theme of home, family, and internal security will come to the fore. You may consider moving, renovating, buying a property, or improving the atmosphere in your home. Some Aries will want to spend more time with loved ones. Others will realize they've long needed emotional rest. The new moon opens a new cycle. These days are especially useful for reflecting on the space around you and how comfortable you feel in it. Sometimes external changes begin with bringing order to your own world. The financial sphere looks quite promising in July. The number 8 always reinforces the theme of money and material results. But this energy requires discipline. If you're willing to work consistently and take responsibility for your decisions, the results may be pleasantly surprising. Many Aries will have the opportunity to increase their income, find an additional source of income, or take an important career step. However, July doesn't encourage reckless risk. Any large investments are best carefully analyzed. The energy of the month rewards prudent calculation and strategic thinking. After July 22nd, the situation will begin to change noticeably. The Sun moves into Leo, activating friendly fiery energy. You'll experience increased confidence, inspiration, and a desire to express yourself. If the first half of the month was spent reflecting inwardly, now is the time for action. Your creativity will increase. Your charisma will grow. Others will notice your ideas and initiatives more often. This is a good period for public speaking, project launches, self-presentation, and the implementation of bold plans. On July 23rd, Mercury turns direct. It has been retrograde since June 29th. Many processes that were previously slow or fraught with misunderstandings will begin to become clearer. You'll have the opportunity to get answers to important questions. Documents, negotiations, and business projects will move forward more easily. If you had doubts during the first half of the month, you'll feel more certain towards the end of July. On July 26th, Saturn turns retrograde in Aries. This is another important event for your sign. Saturn is always associated with responsibility, discipline, and growing up. Its retrograde motion forces you to reassess your own achievements and commitments. You may reflect on how your chosen path aligns with your true goals. Some Aries will realize it's time to let go of what no longer brings growth. Others, on the contrary, will see which paths require more patience and persistence. The main lesson of this period is that true strength comes not from impulsiveness, but from the ability to consistently move forward. The month ends with a full moon in Aquarius on July 29th. This is a time of insights, results, and unexpected news. For Aries, the topic of your environment will be especially important. You will be able to see who truly supports your ideas and who merely drains your energy. Some relationships will end naturally. However, new people who share your views and values may appear nearby. The full moon can bring important insights into future goals. What recently seemed unattainable will begin to take shape. Speaking of love, July will be a month of maturity. For those in relationships, there will be an opportunity to strengthen the union through honest dialogue and joint plans. For single Aries, fate may prepare an interesting meeting, especially in the second half of the month. The main thing is not to try to control every step of the process. Sometimes relationships come precisely when a person stops seeking them at any cost. In matters of health, it's worth paying attention to your nervous system and the quality of your rest. Due to the month's high activity, you may feel constantly busy. It's important to find time to recharge. Walks, physical activity, good sleep, and emotional release will help maintain balance. The main meaning of July for Aries is the combination of inner wisdom and outer strength. This month will show you that true achievement begins when a person understands themselves. The more honest you are with your desires and goals, the easier it will be for new opportunities to emerge. Don't be afraid to revise your plans. Don't be afraid to change direction. Don't be afraid to become stronger. The universe is preparing an important stage of growth for you, and July could be the month that marks the beginning of significant positive changes. May this month bring you confidence, inspiration, financial well-being, harmony in your relationships, and a multitude of happy opportunities. And if this forecast resonates with you, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on new horoscopes and star signs.